Now everybody look at here. In front of you, there are 3 types of organisms, right? Yes. Can you identify these organisms and their phylums? Let's mark it as A, B, and C.
Can I say, ma'am?
Yes, Anushika.
A is I don't know about A, but B is Mollusca,
Okay.
and C is Echinodermata.
Okay. What about you, Aarti?
Ma'am, I think A is Arthropoda, ma'am.
A is Arthropoda. Okay. B?
B is Mollusca, ma'am.
Okay. And C?
C is, I think,
Echinodermata. Okay, so A is cockroach. As you can see, this cockroach is having the jointed legs. Okay, that means it belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, this B option is an octopus, and this octopus is having 8 legs or tentacles, and this is the muscular structure. Okay, and at the center, they are having a huge muscular structure. The cover is mental. Okay, you must have studied in your class 9th, yeah? So this organism, octopus, belongs to the phylum Mollusca. Starfish, the C option is starfish. As you can see, the body surface is having a small spiny structure, and that's why the starfish belongs to the phylum Echinodermata. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the phylum Arthropoda, Mollusca, and Echinodermata. Okay. In the last class, we had discussed about the platyhelminthes, Annelida, and Nematoda. Yeah, remember? Yes, Anushika, as you said that you have checked the recordings. So can you give me at least 2 characteristics of Annelida, platyhelminthes, and Eschhelminthes?
Annelidas are usually marine, and also they are terrestrial animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot.
Okay. So then tell me about platyhelminthes.
Platyhelminthes are they are parasites on humans and animals.
Mm-hmm.
And
If such kind of situation comes, then at that time you supposed to go through the meaning of the word. Platyhelminthes. Helminthes is the worm. Platy means flat. So platyhelminthes is a flat worm. So you can say one characteristic as the body is flat. Okay. Annelida means ring form. Yeah. So one characteristic will be ring-like body surface, or they have a segment, metamerism. Okay. Eschhelminthes, nematoda. Can you give me any characteristic of that?
they are circular in shape, so they are called as roundworms.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The germ layer, number of germ layers, the body cavity. You can add these characteristics.
okay, ma'am, they are cycloplastic.
Yes. Eschhelminthes is the only one who is pseudocoelomate. Okay, apart from all other phylum organisms, either they will acylomate or coelomate. But Aschelminthes is the only one who is pseudocoelomate. Okay, chalo, let's start our today's session. And the first phylum that we are going to discuss in today's class is Arthropoda. Okay, the word Arthropoda is made up of two words, arthros and podas. Arthros and podas, they are the Greek words. Okay, and the meaning of arthros is a jointed, and podas are the legs or appendages. Okay, so all those organisms who is having jointed legs like this. Okay, so the scientists or the naturalists, they have placed such organisms into this phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so who proposed or who established the Arthropoda phylum? And the name who proposed or who established Arthropoda is von Siebold. Von Siebold, sorry. Okay, von Siebold placed all these organisms, or von Siebold proposed this phylum Arthropoda. He said that Arthropoda is the phylum which is made up of the members who is having jointed legs. Okay, and this phylum is the largest phylum, as they are having 80% of animals, okay, throughout the world, throughout the living world, 80% of the animals belongs to this phylum only. And that's why it is the largest phylum of the animal kingdom. And in the Arthropoda only, the largest class is Insecta, or largest group of Arthropoda is insect. Okay, so now let's see the habit and habitat of the Arthropoda. Arthropoda, they inhabit in terrestrial, the land, water. Okay, some are aerial, means they can fly, so air. Some of the Arthropoda can live in a snowy areas, okay, in a mountains, in a hilly regions, even in a seabed. Okay, so along with that, some of the Arthropoda, some of the organisms, animals belongs to this phylum are parasitic. Either they are ectoparasitic or endoparasitic. What do you think? Arthropods are only and only ectoparasitic in nature, not endoparasitic. Okay, they are always ectoparasitic. But this is not the one, means this is the Arthropoda are not always harmful to us. We are having economical importance. Okay, we get benefit from the Arthropoda, group of members of the Arthropoda. For example, from the let's take an example of silkworm. Okay, silkworm, moth, butterfly. Yeah, we get benefit from them. Are you getting me? Another characteristic is external morphology, means whether the body is segmented or not. So Arthropoda is segmented externally but not internally. In Annelida, body was segmented internally, right? Metamerism, repeated segments was there, and after each segment, after each division of the body, the same organ will get repeat in the particular segments. Are you getting me? So it is metamerism, repeated segmentation. Yes, but Arthropoda the organisms are having only external division, external segmentation, and not internal segmentation. Okay? No internal segmentation. Okay? So externally, Arthropoda is divided into three segments: head, thorax, and abdomen. Okay? Abdomen is also called as a cephalothorax. Means the upper part of the abdomen is the cephalothorax and the lower part of the abdomen is abdomen. Okay? The segment between the thorax and the abdomen is a cephalothorax. Okay? And this part is the abdomen. Clear? Okay? But generally, we used to say that arthropoda is, the body of the arthropoda is divided into three segments: head, thorax, and abdomen. If you are selecting this is also correct. But suppose in the option, it is like head, thorax, abdomen, head, thorax, jointed legs, head, thorax, cephalothorax, and abdomen. Okay? If these kind of options are there, then you supposed to select the cephalothorax wala option. Okay? Always select the most appropriate one. Clear? Yes, both of you? Okay. Another characteristic is symmetry. What is symmetry, Aarti? Yes, Aarti, what is symmetry?
It's dividing two equally, ma'am.
Okay. What is symmetry, Anushika?
Ism into equal parts or dissimilar parts.
If the body of any organism, if you are dividing through any plane and the plane is moving across the central axis, and the body is getting divided into two equal halves, okay, then such kind of symmetry is called as bilateral symmetry. But you are getting more than two equal halves, okay, more than uh, 2, you are getting n numbers of equal halves. That means it is radial symmetry. So arthropoda, the body symmetry is bilateral. Can you give me the example of biradial symmetry? Aarti, biradial.
Ma'am, biradial means it's divide vertically, ma'am.
So please give me the example of that.
Example is uh,
Just tell me the name of phyla.
Coelenterata, ma'am.
Are you sure? C anemone. Radial symmetry, right? Biradial symmetry. Anushika.
No idea.
Yes, Anushika. Biradial symmetry.
I don't know, ma'am.
Yes. C anemone only is the biradial one. Okay. Coelenterata is a biradial. Okay. Chalo. Next is body wall, means germ layers. Okay. If the body wall is made up of three germ layers, what are those three germ layers? Anushika?
Echinoderm and
Sorry?
They are endoderm, mesoderm, and the inner layers.
Outermost is the
Endo.
ectoderm, ecto.
Okay.
Middle one is the meso,
Meso.
and inner one is the endo. If the body wall is made up of three germ layer, ecto, meso, and endo, then we call such kind of organism as a triploblastic. So Arthropoda is triploblastic in nature because they have all three layers in their body wall. And they have one extra layer of chitin, okay? And this extra outer layer, which is not made up of cell, okay, but it is made up of chitin. This is the cuticle, okay, waxy structure, okay, and this cuticle or the chitin layer is actually acts like a exoskeleton to them. Are you getting me? There are two types of skeleton, exoskeleton and endoskeleton. We are having endoskeleton, okay? The bones inside us, the bones are there and they provide firmness or frame to our body, right? The same way in the arthropoda, the outermost layer, the cuticle, is the exoskeleton, and they provide firmness to the arthropoda, plus they give protection as well. Okay. Next property is coelom. What is coelom, Aarti?
The cavity, ma'am, space cavity.
Space cavity or body cavity?
Sorry, body cavity.
Body cavity. So arthropoda is a eucoelomate. Eucoelomate means the body is having true coelom, or the organism is having true body cavity. So it is called as eucoelomate. Okay, but in some of the arthropod, this coelom, the body cavity, is get reduced because the body cavity is get filled with the fluid hemocoel, that is circulatory fluid in the arthropoda. Are you getting me? And because of this fluid, they are having reduced or lesser uh, space or lesser body cavity. Are you getting me? Okay, so arthropoda is the one who is having reduced body cavity or reduced coelom because of the circulatory fluid hemocoel. Clear? Another characteristic is level of body organization. So arthropoda, they are having organ system level of organization. Okay, there are different types of level of organization. Whether the organism, the body is only made up of cells. Okay, there is no tissues, cells. If the organism, the animal is made up of cells, that means more than one cell was there, right? So how can we say that this is the cellular level of organization? Because the group of cells are not making tissue. Okay, till now you have studied that cluster or group of cells are the tissues, right? But if any organism is having cellular level of organization, which means cells are there, the organism is multicellular, but the arrangement, the cluster is loosely arranged cell. Cells are not compactly arranged and together they are not performing any function. Okay. For example, in Porifera, organization is what? Cellular, where the different cells are arranged and they are not making a compact structure. They all are loosely arranged and each and every cell is performing different function. Okay. Whereas in tissue level of organization, when the cells arrange compactly and together, this cluster will form particular function. When the n number of tissues will group together and perform specific function, okay, so it will be the organ level. But the arthropoda is organ system. Means to perform each and every life processes, they have a complete set of organ system. For example, excretory system, digestive system, circulatory system. Are you getting me? So Arthropoda is having a complete digestive system, excretory system, circulatory system, that is hemocoel, trachea. Yeah. So it is the level of organization is organ system level of organization. Okay. Now let's see the another characteristic, digestive system or alimentary canal. Their digestive system is complete. When can we say that digestive system is complete? Yes, Aarti.
Ma'am, which have both mouth and anus, ma'am.
When the organism is having a complete canal, means they are having two ends, two openings. Okay, from one end or one opening, they are ingesting the food, and by another opening, they are able to excrete out the waste material. Okay, means if the canal system is there between the mouth and anus, then only we can say that digestive system is complete. Okay, Anushika. Yes, Aarti, Anushika.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in the arthropoda, digestive system is complete because they are having a mouth and anus. Okay. Plus, they are having well-developed pharynx. Okay, means now buccal cavity, then they are having pharynx, but the buccal cavity is quite reduced, very reduced form, and the most prominent one is the pharynx. Okay, in higher organisms, for example mammals, the buccal cavity is quite developed, right, and the smaller section is pharynx. But here in arthropoda, as arthropoda are not much evolved, not advanced animals, so the buccal or mouth is very reduced form, and pharynx is developed. Muscular structure, pharynx is developed. Why it is so? Because there is an extracellular digestion. Mainly the function of mouth, the buccal cavity is what? To digest, muscular digestion is there, right? But here they are not feeding on the complex food, but they are feeding on a very small, simpler food, right? So they don't require the well-developed mouth, but yes, they require pharynx, and that's why nature has developed the pharynx in such a way so that they can feed on the simpler food. And once the food enters into the body, there is an extracellular digestion, as they are having the organ system of organization. So organs, the tissues, they will digest. Not each and every cell will digest food. Are you getting me? After the muscular digestion, after the assimilation, when the simplest form of food will reach to the cell, there will be the respiration. And that is cellular digestion. But before that, there is muscular digestion. Till now it is clear to you guys. Yes, both of you? Okay. What happened, Anushika? Are you getting me? Yes, Anushika, are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ka?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Okay.
Yes,
Do you,
ma'am.
do you guys understand Hindi?
No, ma'am. I don't
No.
understand.
Okay. What about you, Aarti? Do you understand Hindi? No. Okay, no problem. Sure. Another characteristic is excretion and osmoregulation. They have a excretory system, Malpighian tubule. Okay, this Malpighian tubule, it helps in excretion of excretion in arthropods. Okay, the last phylum, the lesser advanced than the arthropod, is what? Is Annelida, right? So what is the excretory system in Annelida? Aarti? Yes, Aarti. Are you there?
There, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Aarti. Excretory system in Annelida.
Excretory in Annelida, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Answer quick.
Ma'am, they have um, one special name. It's called Nepridia.
Nephridia, very good. Then what about flame cells?
Flame cells is some, not other.
Sorry? Yes? Hello, am I audible to you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Flame cells also used in excretory, ma'am.
Excretion, but in which phylum? Anushka,
In
do you want to try?
Used in Platyhelminthus.
Sorry?
Platyhelminthus.
Platyhelminthes. Why this excretory organ is called as flame cells? Yes. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Aarti, do you want to try it? Why the excretory organ is called flame cells? What is no? We already discussed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then please answer it quickly. Because in animal, only the characteristic is the one that you have to memorize. And for your NEET exam, the characteristics are very, very, very important. They are going to ask questions from these things only. Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, in platyhelminths, some of parasitic, ma'am. There are observed nutrition from the
No, 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 no.
host
I'm asking why flame cell is called as a flame cell and not other name.
because it is present in only platyhelminths, ma'am.
No.
It is present in
Yes, Anushika. Any idea?
No, ma'am.
Because of the shape of the excretory organ, it looks like a flame of the candle. Remember?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
If the question is like protonephridia, which looks like a flame of the candle, it is present in which phylum? Platyhelminthes. That is flame cell. Okay. Don't forget this. Chalo.
Yes, ma'am.
So excretion and osmoregulation is done by the Malpighian tubule, green or coxal glands in Arthropoda. Okay, the green glands are also called as maxillary gland. Green gland and coxal gland is also called as maxillary gland. Okay, and such type of excretory organs you will find in crustaceans. Okay, while Malpighian tubules are there in the insects. Okay, clear? This one you will find in insects. like cockroach, butterfly. The excretory organ is malpighian tubule. In prawns, the excretory organ is maxillary gland, coxal gland, or green gland. Clear? Terrestrial arthropods, the excretory matter is uric acid, while the aquatic arthropods like the prawns, they excrete, the excreta is in the form of ammonia. Clear? Clear? So these are the characteristics that you should remember. Another characteristic is respiration. Okay. So respiration, there are two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic, right? So these arthropods, they respire aerobically through gills, trachea, and buccal. Let's see the structure. So this is what abdomen, right? This is what cephalothorax. Then there were the thorax and head. So you can see in the abdomen region, they are having small reduced form of lung, which looks like a pages in the book. Okay, and that's why this structure is called as book lung. Are you getting me? Yes. So respiration in some of the arthropoda is done by the body surface. In some of the organisms, it is done by the very special structure, that is gills, and the example is prawns. In insecta, it is done by the trachea, and in scorpio, it is done by the buccal. Okay. In crab, it is done by the book gills. Please write it down. Gills. Gills for prawns. Okay. Then next is trachea. Insects. Then next is buccal. Scorpion. Book gills. Crab.
Ma'am,
Hello.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, did book lungs have any another name, ma'am?
Buccal.
Yes, ma'am.
No. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The circulation. As we have discussed, that coelom is reduced because some part of the coelom is replaced by the hemocene, right? So here the hemocene is the circulatory fluid. The circulation in arthropod is open type. What is open type circulation, Anushika? What is open type circulation?
Blood is directly pumped from the heart to all the body parts without any capillaries.
Exactly. If the blood is directly moving or pumping from heart to the different organs, and organs are actually back into the uh, blood, so such type of circulation is open type. So here the heart is present Where? In the dorsal part of abdomen. Heart is located. What is the location of heart? Dorsal side. Okay. Heart is located in dorsal side or dorsal position of abdomen. And they have a open type of circulation. Okay. So the body cavity is having hemocoel, means the coelom is having hemolymph. You can say that blood is hemolymph. Okay. So this colorless blood, hemolymph, is found in insects. The best example of hemolymph containing organism is insect. Whereas in prawns, the blood is having a special element that is copper. Okay, so in prawns, they are having copper containing pigment that is hemocyanin. Hemolymph in insects. Whereas hemocyanin in prawns. Clear? As you can see here in the structure, this is the heart, which is tube-like structure, right? Which means heart is tubular, okay? Which is having either one or many chambered tubular structure. The heart is tubular in shape, which is located in the dorsal position in abdomen, and this heart is having one or more tubular chambered structure or tubular chamber. Clear? The respiration and circulation. Okay. Next characteristic is sensory organs. So the arthropoda is having, some of the arthropoda is having compound eye or the simple eye. Compound eye is what? Eye is, we are saying that eye is compound eye, which means, yes, compound eye means what? Yes, Arti, as you said that you already studied this chapter.
Ma'am, compound eyes. It is. It's a round, ma'am.
Sorry,
Round in shape.
round in shape. Okay, and and
The
yes, Anushika. Compound eye means, yes, Anushika, compound eye.
Ma'am, I don't know how to explain.
Hmm. Okay. If any if any organism, whenever we say that monomer and polymer. Monomer means if anything is made up of only one unit, right? For example, glucose. Glucose is what? Monomer, right? Starch. Starch is what? Polymer, right? Polymer of glucose, which means starch is made up of n numbers of glucose. Here the glucose is single unit. If I is having only one unit, okay, if I is having one unit, okay, or one type of unit, then it is the simple one. Whereas if it is made up of it is made by the n numbers of structure together, then it is called as compound, means group of something. So as you can see that in the image also, they are having small units, the segments, right? And hence it is compound eye. Whether they are having compound eye or simple eye, this unit is called as hexagonal unit. Hexagonal unit. Okay. Okay. So mainly in arthropods, the eye is compound. Okay. And along with the eye, they are having another sensory organs like antenna, statocyst. So antenna is for olfaction and tango, olfaction, or this is the olfactory receptor or tango receptor, whereas statocysts are for balancing their body and the position. Are you getting me? And antenna is to get the signal that whether there is an obstacle, food, or anything. Are you getting me? Olfactory means olfactory is the receptor of, yes, olfactory. Olfactory is the receptor of. Do we have an olfactory receptor?
Ma'am, olfactory smell, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anushika. Olfactory receptor. Do we
I
have an
think it's,
olfactory receptor? Yes.
yeah, humans have olfactory receptor.
And what is the location of olfactory receptor?
Forebrain,
No, nose.
nose. The
Receptor,
sense.
receptor.
Okay.
Receptor is the first point to which your stimuli will get attached or who will receive the stimuli. Are you getting me? These sites are called as receptor. Okay. So in the nose, there is a receptor called olfactory receptor that capture or the smell, this type of senses or stimuli will get attached to the olfactory receptor, and now the information will reach to your brain. Okay. So the antenna is having olfactory receptor, that is for smell, and tango receptor for the direction or the path, whether there is any object who is not having any smell or something. Okay, so basically for the object. Clear? Okay. Statocyst receptor is clear. Sensory organ is clear to you. Sensory organs, either the arthropod, the member of arthropod is having compound eye or simple eye. The eye, whether it is compound or simple, the main thing is the sight, means photoreceptor. Okay, and the eye is made up of hexagonal unit. The major difference between the compound and simple is the type of vision. In simple, the vision what the eye or the receptor or the information will create will be the simple. Whereas in compound, they will make a mosaic vision. Always remember this. Mosaic vision. Mosaic vision is created or developed by the compound eye. And this compound eye is very common in the member of arthropod. Only some of the arthropods are there who is having simple type of eye. Clear? Okay. Another characteristic is sexuality. So in arthropods, organisms are dimorphic. They are sexually dimorphic. What is the meaning of sexual dimorphism? Yes. Sexual dimorphism. Who will explain me? What is it? Are you able to explain it? Yes? No?
I, can I try?
Yes, Anushika, please.
The differentiation of male and female is known as sexual dimorphism.
Exactly. Morphism, morphology. Di means two. Okay? So, if uh, the morphology is quite observable, by the morphology we can identify, we can separate, we can determine, we can get to know that okay, this particular organism is male or this particular organism is female just by the morphology only. If it is so, then such type of property is called as sexual dimorphism. Okay, clear? Arti. So arthropoda is sexual dimorphism. And the word dimorphism itself clear that the organism will be unisexual, either the male or female. So from here also you can differentiate which one is male and which one is female. Do you? Okay, so suppose this is A and suppose this is B. Now can you tell me which one is male, which one is female? Yes, which one is male, which one is female?
Ma'am, I think A is male, ma'am.
A is
Male.
and B is female. What about you, sorry, Anushika?
I also think A is male and B is female.
A is male and B is
Female.
female. Okay. A is male and B is female. Chalo. Now I am going to give you, showing you one image that will help you to identify whether it is a male and female. So first thing is male, the body size of the male is quite large as compared to female. The size of the female body is quite small. Okay. The abdomen of the male cockroach is slender. Let me show you one image. Most of the time, this type of question can be asked, or usually the examiner used to ask the difference between the male and female because the same topic is in your next chapter, structural organization in animals. Okay, so this topic is common in the both the chapter, and that's why this is the very likely or the favorite question to the examiner. So as you can see here, yeah, this is structure, the celsus. Okay, this is the most important one apart from the body size, the shape. This is the most important one. Okay, from your Neet point of view, this is the most important property or the structure that differentiates the male and female. So this one is having the structure which is having anal style and anal circus, and both the one is the cerci, right? Whereas in this structure they are having one additional structure, and that is gynovalvular palate. So this is your male and this is your female. From the body size also you can identify this is the male because it is quite longer as compared to this. Yeah. So please always remember this structure. Okay, this whole structure. Clear? Chalo, let's see another. So the reproduction and fertilization. As the organisms are unisexual, okay, so they both will produce gametes in a different body, right? And they do internal fertilization. They do internal fertilization, and the female body lay fertilized egg, okay, and then embryonic development will take place in external environment outside the body, okay, and that's why mostly they are oviparous. Only Scorpio is the one who is viviparous, means the embryo development will take place inside the female body. Clear? Only this one is the viviparous. So this is the exception. Otherwise, all the arthropoda, 90% arthropodas are oviparous. Clear? Okay. Now after the fertilization, the zygote will develop into the embryo. Yeah. So here the development is either direct or indirect. If it is viviparous, then definitely the development will be the direct, right? The zygote will develop into the embryo. But if it is oviparous, then in that condition, the egg, fertilized egg will go through the different stages of larva. And that's why they are having indirect development. So here we are having some of the example of larva of different member of the arthropoda. Cockroach, the larval stage is nymph. For housefly, it is maggot. For butterfly and moth, it is caterpillar. Now let's see the classification of arthropoda. So the main and the most important characteristic on the basis of which the phylum Arthropoda have been made, and that is the appendages, jointed legs, right? Appendages. So this Arthropoda is further classified on the basis of presence or absence of appendages, plus on the basis of body division. So this Arthropoda is divided into the classes Crustacea, Diplopoda, Artmesia, Cephalopoda, Insecta, Merostomata. Crustacea, the lobster, prawn, barnacle, crab means the terrestrial, aquatic one. Diplopoda, millipedes. The appendages are quite huge and not that much jointed, very less jointed, plus the body is not completely divided into three segments, that is head, thorax and abdomen, but the head and reduced form of thorax and the huge abdomen. Okay, and in the abdomen they are having different segments. Artmesia, the spider, ticks, mites, scorpion. Cephalopoda, centipedes. Insecta. Insecta is also considered as a standard or the most favorable class of the Arthropoda, which actually defines the complete characteristic of Arthropoda. Okay, then Merostomata. Now let's see the next phylum, that is Mollusca. Mollusca word is again made up of the word mollis, which means soft. And this mollis is again a Greek word, okay, which means soft. So all those organisms which is having soft body, they all are considered as a mollusca, okay. And the soft body is covered by the another layer which is made up of calcium carbonate. So they are having calcareous shell, okay. Okay, after the Arthropoda, Mollusca is the largest phylum. So it is also considered as a second largest phylum. Okay. Most of the mollusca are aquatic, either the marine or freshwater. But some of the mollusca are terrestrial, and the example is snail. Okay, whereas the mollusca are all the mollusca are herbivorous as they are animals. Sorry, the carnivorous, some are the herbivorous. Okay, and some of the mollusca are predator, like squid and octopus. Okay, whereas snail is not a predator. Okay. Now let's see the another characteristic, that is external morphology, whether the body is segmented or not. So here the body is not segmented, but they are divided into the head, okay, the muscular foot and the visceral hump, which is located inside the or covered by the shell, okay, this one where the visceral organs are present, and they are covered by the soft layer, and that is mental. Okay, so the whole body is not properly segmented or not properly divided into the head, thorax, abdomen, but the division is like head, foot, and in between where the visceral organs are there, that part. So it is called as visceral hump because they look like a hump of the camel. Okay, and inside this hump there are n numbers of visceral organ. What is the meaning of visceral organ, by the way? Yes, what is the meaning of visceral organ? Heart is a visceral organ or not? Heart is a visceral organ or not? Say yes or no. Visceral organs are those organs which is present internally and perform visceral functions or important life processes, and they are very delicate. For example, your heart, lung, kidney. Okay, these are what? Visceral organs. They are located internally. Whereas your skin is not a visceral organ. Clear? Skin is an organ but not a visceral organ. Clear, both of you? Okay. As I already said, that body, the visceral part is covered by the calcareous shell. So just below the calcareous shell, they are having a very soft layer. Okay, that one, that layer is actually covering the abdomen or the visceral part. Okay, just below the shell, and that is called mantle. Okay, mantle is what? Skin fold. So it is soft that covers the visceral hump or the body parts. Sorry. This is what? Mantle. And the mantle is the one who actually secretes the calcium carbonate that deposited over the mantle or the exposed surface of the mantle, and later it becomes the shell, calcareous shell, what you can see here. the shell, outer one. Okay. Internally, most of the mollusca is not segmented, but still exceptions are there. And the neoplena is the one who is internally segmented. Apart from this neoplena, all the mollusca, the body is not segmented internally or externally, but neoplena is internally segmented. Please make a note or done. Another characteristic, symmetry. So they are bilateral symmetry, okay, and sometimes some of the mollusca becomes asymmetrical because of torsion. What is torsion? What is torsion? What is torsion? Yes. Arti. Yes, Arti, what is torsion? You already said that you studied this chapter, so now you have to tell me. What happens during the larval development? Okay, here the organisms after the fertilization they will form a larva. So during the larval development, what happens? They twist the body. The larva gets twisted. Okay, the larva gets twisted, and this is called as torsion. So due to the torsion, the larva will become asymmetrical, not the adult one. Clear? Clear, both of you? Please write it down. Normally, they are bilateral symmetrical, but during the larva development, due to the twisting, some of the larva becomes asymmetrical. They are having a muscular foot that helps to locomote, which helps to move, swim, burrowing, and even in a creeping. This one is the muscular foot. Here it is a muscular foot. Okay. Now the body wall, as they are developed organism, more advanced than the arthropoda, then definitely they are having a triploblastic body wall, ecto, meso, and endocoelom. They are having a eucoelomate or they are true coelomate, but still few parts of the coelom get reduced at the adult stage. Why? Because of the development of some of the visceral organs like excretory organs, reproductive organs. Okay, and this one is only for the adult stage. Okay, in the young stage, in the larval stage, they are true coelomates. Clear? They are also having an organ system level of organization. Now let's see the organ system, that is alimentary canal or digestive system. Yes, they are also having a complete digestive system from mouth to the anus. Okay, the mouth, this mouth contains some spatial structure that is called radula. Please remember this, radula. Radula is a spatial structure which is present in the mouth of mollusca. that helps in grasping something. Respiration. In between the outermost layer shell and the mantle, they are having space. Okay, in between the mantle and shell, they are having space, and that space is called as mantle cavity. This cavity is having a special type of structure, ctenidia, or we can call it as a gills. Here you can see this is the gills, right? So actually, there are two things. One is the space or the cavity between the mantle and the shell. And another one, they are having gills, which is present at the terminating point of the mantle towards the head, not towards the foot. So it is ctenidia, which looks like a feather. Okay, and another one is the spaces or the cavity between the mantle and shell, that is mantle cavity. So here we are having two things for the respiration, mantle cavity and the feather shaped gill, which is called as ctenidia. Clear? They are also having an open type of circulatory system. Okay, you must have heard that octopus secretes something black color thing, right? Right? Because the blood is not a red color, but the blood is a blue in color. Okay, and why it is so? Because of the respiratory pigment hemocyanin. Okay, in mollusca, the blood is not red in color, but blue in color, and because of the presence of the pigment, and that is hemocyanin. Okay, clear? Another characteristic is excretion. So here they are having the excretory organ metanephridia. Platyhelminthes protonephridia. Aschelminthes protonephridia. Right? Annelida nephridia. Yes. Then the next one is Arthropoda. Malpighian tubule, green gland, and then mollusca. They are having metanephridia. Proto was the reduced form, underdeveloped form of nephridia. Nephridia is quite advanced. Now metanephridia is more developed form of nephridia. Okay. So not only metanephridia, but gills, this feather-like gills are also perform the process of excretion. Okay, by excreting what? Carbon dioxide. Right? In our body, lungs can we consider lungs of the excretory because it excretes out the carbon dioxide. Right? Skin, it respires through the perspiration. It removes the waste in the form of sweat. Right? So the same way, gills also perform the excretion by excreting the carbon dioxide, whereas metanephridia excretes the waste material in the form of ammonia. Done? So, not all the mollusca will excrete the waste in the form of ammonia. Some of the mollusca can excrete in the form of uric acid. So we are having two type of excretory matter, and that is ammonia. Some will excrete ammonia and some will excrete uric acid. Done? Now the next characteristic is sensory organs. They are having eyes just like us, and the eye is same. It is a photoreceptor. They are having a tentacles. Yes, the tentacles are the tangoreceptor that can identify or that can catch the stimuli of pressure, of the touch. Okay, but these tangoreceptors, as you can see, they are having some suction type of structure. Have you ever seen the thing what we used to use for a suction, the rubber like structure what we use in our home? The same way they are having a structure. Suppose this is the tentacle. Okay, throughout the tentacle they are having this type of structure, and in between this muscular structure, internally they are having this tangoreceptor. Okay, and as you can see, throughout the body they are having this kind of muscular structure ventrally. Yes, at the ventral side. Then they are having one more sensory organ, and that is ospharadium. This ospharadium is a chemoreceptor. Chemoreceptor means something related to the chemicals, right? So what kind of chemicals? The chemicals present in water in their habitat. Okay, so these chemoreceptors actually determines that whether the water is having any type of chemicals by tasting that. Okay, means we used to taste the food through our gustatory receptors, right, which is present on the tongue, right? But they use their ospharadium as a tongue by tasting the water. Okay, and by tasting the water, they actually determines whether the water is pure or not. If water is not pure, the organism will move from that place in the search of pure water. Okay, so you will never find the octopus or the higher mollusca in a dirty or oil spilled area. Okay, you will always find these kind of organisms in a clean water body. What happened, Anushika? Another characteristic is sexuality. So most of the mollusca are the unisexual, and most of them actually they are unisexual, but still we cannot say that all the mollusca who is unisexual can show sexual dimorphism, because by morphologically we cannot identify whether it is a male or female, because male and female, they both somewhere look similar. Okay, and they are oviparous in nature. Okay, they usually fertilize in external condition. Okay, some of the mollusca, they can fertilize internally, but all the internal fertilizing organism or the mollusca are the oviparous. Okay, they also shows the larval stage, like in dentalium or chiton, the name of the larva is trochophore. In mussels, oyster clams, mussels, the uh, larva is veliger. In mussels and phyla, the larval name or the larval stage is called as glochidium. So please remember the name of the larva and the examples. Now let's see the classification of mollusca. The mollusca was classified by the Parker and Herschel in 1972, and they published this classification into his textbook Zoology Vertebrate. Okay, so how they classify the whole mollusca? They classify the whole phylum of mollusca into the class Monoplacophora, Amphinuria, Scaphopoda, Gastropoda, Bivalvia, and Cephalopoda. These are the classes which were further classified into the subclasses. Okay, and these are the examples of their different classes: Monoplacophora, Amphinuria, uh, Scaphopoda, Gastropoda, Bivalvia, and Cephalopoda. So you have to remember the class name. Okay. The next phylum is Echinodermata. So echino means spine. Dermata means skin. If any organism is having a spiny skin, so those organisms or the group of those organisms are called as Echinodermata. Okay, they are having the spine is like an exoskeleton to them, and internally they are also having a skeleton, that is endoskeleton, which is made up of calcareous ossicles. Okay, as they are made up of calcareous ossicles, they are also called as Echinodermata. Echinodermata is strictly marine organism. Okay, all the member of this phylum inhabits in marine ecosystem only, exclusively. None of the member can survive in fresh water. Each and every member of this phylum lives in marine ecosystem. Okay, they are having organ system level of organization. Echinodermata is the one where you can see two different body symmetry. Means if the Echinodermata is in a larval stage, okay, in a larval stage they are bilateral symmetrical. If you can, sorry, if you can divide the body of the larva, you will find only two equal halves. But if you will cut or if you will cross the plane through the central axis in adult stage, you will find the radial symmetry. So the larval stage are having bilateral symmetry, and in adult they are having radial symmetry. Clear? So Echinodermata is the one who is having two different types of symmetry in two different stages of their lifetime. They all are triploblastic and coelomate, as they are having an organ system level of organization, which means they are having a complete digestive system. But the difference is at the ventral side, they are having mouth, and at the dorsal side they are having anus. Okay, only the difference is the position of both the openings. Now let's see another feature which is very important and very unique feature of Echinodermata, and that is water vascular system. Echinodermata is having a water vascular system. Okay, in Porifera also they are having water canal system, right? Water can move if the organism is here, and water current will flow across the Porifera. So water will move through the pores in Porifera. So it is water canal system, right? Whereas in Echinodermata, as they are not sessile. What is the meaning of sessile? Anushika? What is the meaning of sessile?
Not moving and staying in one place, not
Yes.
moving.
Yes, if it is a fixed, right? But this Echinodermata is not a sessile, right? So in that condition, water, if the water will flow, they will also can float on the water surface, right? Or towards the water current. So in that condition, they are having water vascular system, means the water will cross the pores, okay, and while the water is entering into the body, they will push the body towards the direction and it will help in the locomotion. The water current, when pushed the body structure and moves into the body through the proper channel, the path, vascular system, the echinoderms will get the food, the nutrients, okay. Along with that, the movement of this water, okay, inside the body, it will help in the transportation. Are you getting me? Okay, Aarti, no problem. Okay, now the next characteristic is excretory system. They don't have a proper excretory system for excretion, but the water canal helps them to remove the waste. Sorry, not the water canal, but the water vascular system. Are you getting me, Aarti and Anushika? Okay. Another characteristic is related to the reproduction. So again, they are unisexual. They can, the echinodermata can reproduce asexually as well as sexually. So let's see first the asexual reproduction. In your previous academic year, means in your class 10, you must have studied the chapter How Do Organisms Reproduce, right? In that, you must have learnt about the asexual mode of reproduction, fragmentation in animals, regeneration, yeah. In planaria and in starfish, they can regenerate the lost part, right? So asexually, they can reproduce by regeneration process, whereas in sexual reproduction, they can fertilize externally. So here in their body, you can see internally their tentacles or the limbs. Mostly for the invertebrates, we use the term tentacles, okay. So inside the tentacles or the foot, you can see they are having small and many structures, right? They are the gonads. These green color one is the gonads, okay. And this green color one is having a small structure that is tubular foot. So laterally, gonads are present in the n numbers of lateral foot. Okay, the head is ampulla and the tail is podium. Means the podium is present from here till here. Are you getting me? And laterally they are having gonads. These gonads will produce, will develop, will release the gametes into the external environment where the fertilization is. Here the development is indirect, okay, means the development will cross the larval stages. Now let's see the classification of echinodermata. The echinodermata is classified by the Bruguiere in 1791, and he classified the echinodermata into the subphylum Rhinozoa, Asterozoa, Echinozoa. This subphylum was further classified into the Rhinodidae, Ophiuridae, Asteroidae, Echinoidae, and Holothuridae. And for you guys, the important one is Asteroidae, Echinoidae, okay, and Holothuridae. These are the important, and that's when you have to remember the example. Okay. Yes. So Rhinoidae The examples are feather stars, sea lilies. Ophiuridae, brittle stars, means the body is look like a star, but they are not making a prominent starfish and they are very brittle. So it is brittle star. Asteroide, sea star. Echinode, sea urchin. Holothuridae, sea cucumber. Please remember the name of class and the example. Okay. Yes. Yes, Aarti and Anushika. Now let's see some question. Before that, if you are having any doubt, please let me know. This kingdom classification, the animal kingdom is important in terms of characteristic. Okay, characteristic is very, very, very important. If you are not revising, not reading the classification of particular phylum is okay, but the characteristics are very important. Okay, yes. So what you will do, Anushika, before starting this chapter or before going through each and every phylum, first you go through the basis of classification, the basic features, coelom, types of coelom, germ layer, segmentation, okay? On what basis we are classifying the whole uh, animal kingdom, okay? That one you go first, okay? Are you able to understand that or not? I will explain you again. Okay, so first finish that and then enters into the characteristic of different phyla. Okay, Anushika? Okay. Yes. So now let's see the questions. Which of the following characteristic is mainly responsible for diversification of insects on land? Segmentation, bilateral symmetry, exoskeleton. Yes,
So eyes.
eyes. So on the basis of eyes, we can classify the insects into different groups. This insect is a compound eye. This insect is having a simple eye like this. Please go through the statement. Diversification of insects that live on a land, terrestrial insects. That means they have to face lots and lots of obstacles, lots and lots of incidents, predators, right? Right? That means we can classify the insect on the basis of their protective layer, the protection, and that is
Exoskeleton.
exoskeleton. Yes, the correct answer is exoskeleton. The body cells in cockroach discharge their nitrogenous waste in the hemolymph, mainly in the form of
Urea.
ammonia, potassium urate, urea, calcium carbonate.
Urea.
Aarti, please submit your answer. Urea. Sure?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Huh?
ma'am.
Pakka. What is it?
Potassium.
They excrete nitrogenous waste in the form of potassium urate, because they already mentioned that they excrete their waste into the hemolymph. Okay, so the nitrogenous waste inside the hemolymph will again reacts with the water. Okay, will again reacts with the carbon dioxide, and then they will form a potassium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, urea, we humans can excrete urea. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Match the following organism with their respective characteristics. Vectors of disease.
Um,
Vector of disease.
Tunics,
Exactly, yes. Living fossils.
Limulus,
Okay. Gregarious space.
Locusta,
Yes. And economically important bombyx. Yes, you are absolutely correct. So in today's class, we have learned about the characteristic of arthropoda, characteristic and classification of arthropoda, characteristic and classification of mollusca, characteristic and classification of echinodermata. Now it's your turn to give me some of the characteristic of arthropoda.
okay. Um, so arthropodas are the largest phylum in Animalia,
Mhm,
and their body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen.
mhm,
And it is also the abdomen part is divided as cephalothorax and abdomen.
mhm,
Um, the arthropodas have an open circulatory system,
mhm,
and then they are triploplastic, uh, bilaterally symmetrical,
okay.
and then they have sensory organs like simple or compound eyes, antennae, and statocysts.
Very good. Very good. Okay. As you said that Arthropoda is the largest phylum in the kingdom Animalia with how many species?
Ni- 9
Nine.
lakh.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now tell me the characteristic of mollusca.
Molluscas usually live in fresh waters. Uh, mm,
So
they are bilateral.
octopus lives in a freshwater.
Yes, ma'am.
Octopus lives in a freshwater.
They live in marine water.
Yeah. Fresh
Marine water.
water is different. Marine ecosystem is different. Okay.
Okay.
So
They
yeah,
are bilaterally symmetrical, but they are asymmetrical because of dorsum.
they are radially symmetrical.
Oh, they are
Sorry,
radial.
no. Sorry. Yeah, radial is the echinodermata. Sorry, it's my mistake. Yeah, sorry.
And then their body is divided into muscular foot, visceral hump, and head region. And the respiratory organ is gill, which is present between the um, cavity and the muscular foot. And then
Cavity are not muscular foot.
cavity and the muscular foot between them.
No.
Mm,
Here it is a muscular foot, right?
yeah.
And here somewhere around the gills are there. There are two things for the respiration. One is mental cavity between the mantle and the shell, calcareous shell. And the another one is gills, the feather-like gills which is present between the muscular body and the what is that, mental or the hump. Yeah, and muscular foot is this. Okay, and below the abdomen region, here somewhere around they are having the muscular foot like the octopus is having throughout the structure, right? So you have to mention towards the head region. Okay, okay, because
So,
if you will mention between the muscular foot, it can be anywhere. Yes,
yes,
are you getting me, Anushika?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please continue.
And then uh, sexes are separate, and then they're unisexual. Like, then
Okay, now tell me about echinodermata.
Echinodermata. The adult forms are radially symmetrical,
Yes,
and the
yes,
larvae forms are bilaterally symmetrical.
yes,
And then they have water canal system.
yes.
They can reproduce through asexual method as well as sexual method.
Mm-hmm.
The asexual method is fragmentation, regeneration,
Mm-hmm.
and then the sexual method is through gonads.
Mm-hmm.
The vascular system helps in transport of food, locomotion, locomotion, and then um,
Okay, have you ever think that how they engulf the food or how they catch the food?
no, it, it is through vascular system the food is transported, right, ma'am?
Ah, okay. So you can see they are having the anus there, right?
Yeah,
This green color one, right?
yeah.
And this anus is present in the center of the body, right? And at one side they are having the cardiac stomach, pyloric stomach, just like us. We are also having a stomach, and stomach is divided into different regions: the fundus, pyloric, cardia, right? The same way the stomach is in a echinodermata is also divided into the cardiac stomach and pylori stomach. Okay, the upper one is the pylori, and the inner, the blue one is the cardiac stomach. So when they want to trap the, or when they want to engulf the food, what they will do, they will open the pylori stomach area. Okay, and the stomach, cardiac stomach will come out. Okay, catch the food, and then it will move back in their position. Okay, this is one way if the food size is huge. Okay, another way is the water vascular system. Okay, there are two ways by which they can catch food. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
chalo, let's see our class assessment, and you have to answer the question. Actually, what happens in normal days, we used to assign the test to you guys, right? In your dashboard, by your dashboard, you can submit your assessment. But today we are going to solve the question during the class in front of me in the whiteboard only. Okay.
Okay.
Chalo, which group of animal belongs to the same phylum? Prawns, scorpio, locustas, sponge, sea anemone, starfish, malarial parasites, amoeba, mosquito, earthworm, pinworm, tapeworm.
Prawn, scorpion, locusta.
Yes. Trachea of cockroach and mammal are similar in having
Parrot nature. paired in nature.
Do we have a paired trachea?
Mm,
Shall I give you a hint?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. In mammals, trachea is made up of cartilage,
Uh,
right? And they are having rings of cartilage.
Non-collapsible walls.
Yes. Periplaneta americana is a nocturnal omnivorous household pest. What is Periplaneta americana? Cockroach. Okay. It is because it acts as a scavenger.
Both A and R are true and R is a correct explanation of A.
So the correct answer is option.
C.
How?
Because it's the
It is because it is scavenger, so it is nocturnal, omnivorous household pest.
okay, it is A is true, but R is false.
This one is also correct. These are also correct. But this scavengerness is not explaining that why they are nocturnal, why they are omnivorous, why they are household. So what will be the correct option?
D option.
Yes. Which one occurs in Echinodermata?
Mm, porous body.
Do you have?
Ma'am, but we have both radially symmetrical and bilateral symmetry.
Do they mention anything adult or larva?
No.
Then why we will talk about larva stage?
Bilaterally symmetrical.
Then why we will talk about larva stage if they have never mentioned about that?
Okay, then it's radially symmetrical.
Exactly. Okay. If they are giving the specific condition larva, then only you will select the bilateral. Otherwise, in a general term, we always talk about the characteristic of the adult one and not the larva one, right? So the general characteristic of Echinodermata is radial. Okay, larva is the particular stage of the life during the development, but whenever we discuss about the characteristic, general characteristic, okay, we always consider the well developed organism and not the underdeveloped organism. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
So in general, Echinodermata is radial. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next question. Besides Annelida and Arthropoda, the metamerism is exhibited by. This is not related to this topic, but yes, this is related to your previous topic, previous class. And you said that you have seen the. In last class, we have discussed about the Annelida and Arthropoda. And we know that in both of them, there were the metamerism, right? Then which one is not having metamerism? You can relate with your class 9th class 9th concept. Again, I have to give you the hint. Do we have a metamerism?
No. Humans do
Then,
not have this.
yes, then what will be the answer?
Um, Chordatas.
Chordata. But mammals are well developed chordates. along with the mammals, there are n numbers and types of chordates are there who can or who is having the metamerism, but not the mammals. Okay, in fact, not the vertebrates. All the vertebrates, they don't show the metamerism, but other subphylum shows the or other classes of chordates shows the metamerism. Okay, so the
Yes,
answer will
ma'am.
be chordate. Hmm.
Mollusca.
Yes.
Booklungs and antennae.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. Because yes, booklungs and antennae.
Sure. Please go through each and every option.
It's a jointed legs and chitinous exoskeleton.
Yes, that's why they all are having same characteristic, and centipedes, cockroach, and crab, they all belong to the same phylum Arthropoda, and because of the jointed legs, right? So blindly you should select the option C. Yes, what happened, Anushika?
Can I come back in 1 minute, ma'am?
Yes, sure. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Arthropoda body divided into head, thorax, and abdomen, and respiration by trachea.
yes, absolutely.
They all possess dorsal horn.
Very good. But this time you're you were looking like you're not confirmed. You are quite confused. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, because I just consider all the options and eliminated it. So I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yes, they all are arthropod. Yes. So the position of heart is where? At the dorsal.
Dorsal.
Always.
Exoskeleton.
Absolutely. So So this is all about the class assessment and today's class. Homework I will give you later, not today. Okay, maybe on Monday I will give you. Please don't forget to submit your homework.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Still I'm here. Please, if you are having any doubt related to the previous class also, you can ask me.
No, ma'am, I don't have any.
Pakka.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. What about today's class? No?
No, ma'am.
So then, now I am going to ask you my doubts and you have to resolve that. Okay?
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. Chalo. So the my doubt is, we are always talking about the excretion, but what about the nervous system? Nervous system of Mollusca, Arthropoda.
It is present so
Okay.
that it because it sends signals to it to follow its actions. So I think
So
it's
all
present.
these, so all these organisms, these three phylums, they are having a well-developed nervous system or not?
I don't think Echinodermata have a well-developed nervous system.
Yes, they don't have a well-developed nervous system. Let's take an example of mollusca. Okay, mollusca is having sensory organs, right? Arthropoda is having sensory organs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nervous system is made up of ganglia here. Okay, the ganglia present in the body and they act like a nervous system. Okay, so in mollusca nervous system is ganglia. Okay, and not they are not having a single pair or single ganglia, they are having three paired ganglia. Okay, three paired ganglia. It is not there in syllabus, but as it is a characteristic, so this is my duty to tell you. Okay, along with that they are having a reduced or uh, not completely or fully developed, but yes, they are having a brain, and in mollusca it is cerebral, which is present above the mouth. Okay, that and muscular foot, which is having the sensory organs, right? The eye, the statocyst, right? Okay. Uh, the mental, we have seen that they are having a soft skin fold mental, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So is the mental is a respiratory organ, or how they take part in a respiration?
I don't know.
So while I was teaching, why won't you ask me? I was keep on giving you the statement and you guys were like, yes, yes.
Because I thought mental does not take place in respiration, only the gills does.
No, I told you there is a space between the mental and the shell, calcareous cell. There is a space and that is mental cavity, right? So this mental cavity actually taking part in the respiration. Okay, gas will get diffused into the mental, as the mental is what? Skin pole, means it is made up of cells, right? And now from the cell, it will diffuse into the visceral hump. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's how it takes part in the clear.
Yes,
Okay, what is hemocene?
the copper, the blood containing copper.
Hemocene. I'm not asking hemocyanin. Heme means, sorry. Heme means, what is the meaning of heme?
Iron,
Are you sure?
I think so. I'm not sure.
In a layman language or in a general thing, suppose you are not a biologist, okay, then what is the meaning of heme? Why we use the term heme? To which organ or to which structure in the body we use the word heme? For the blood we use the heme, right? Because it is having a hemoglobin protein, and this globular protein is having iron. This is very scientific thing, right? But for a layman, for the general person who is not related to the science, who is not a science student, not a scientist, not a botanist, not a geologist, okay, how they will identify this? So the heme means blood, okay, or the body fluid, because blood is a body fluid. Seal is what? Cavity, right? If the body cavity is having body fluid, the blood, and blood is what? Iron containing pigment, right? So if the coelom or body cavity is having a blood or body fluid, or the body fluid which is having an iron containing pigment, let's move towards the more scientific way, okay, then this structure is called as hemocene. Coelom is having heme. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is all about the today's class. Okay, uh, once I will assign you the class assessment homework, okay, you will get to notify through your dashboard. Okay, in your dashboard it will reflect, so please don't forget to submit your homework. Okay, and in a coming Sunday, means tomorrow, you are going to have a weekly test. Okay, so try to submit. I know this is your first class, so I can only say one thing: try to give your answer. Okay, so I will consider it as a zero test for you. It's just a preparatory test for you. So I'm not expecting that I will get 100% marks from your side, but at least give it a try. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Chalo, let's meet in next class. Till then, bye bye. See ya.
Thank you.